Yeah, I
So
had a once I started my program with ECPI. I ended up taking a programming class which I really struggled with. And then I also started by the time I figured out what part I wanted to do, I had also taken a an ethical hacking class through through the program, which I struggled with a little bit, trying to keep the different tools and their syntax for the commands, trying to keep all that straight. And so about halfway through the program, I think I've started leaning more towards the GRC side.
yeah, GRC is awesome. And again, if you're not able to keep up with the most technical of things, it's one of those things where it's a little bit easier to um, understand sometimes. Not that you can't do technical, just that for some people, GRC is just a little bit easier. It's
Right,
easier to understand policy and procedure versus, the technical aspect of things.
right. And plus, with my job in the military, a lot of it was compliance anyway. For example, making sure the passengers complied with TSA requirements, making sure the cargo that we loaded complied with FAA and Air Force regulations. So I mean, it's something I'm used to doing anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And I completely understand that. So are you, with what you've been doing, I'm gonna just throw this out there because we see Cybersecurity Central and Jax from Outpost Gray in the chat on YouTube. So please let people
Right.
know what you've been doing for both of them to kind of advance your knowledge and put out there what you've been doing.
Um, for Cybersecurity Central, I started a couple months back in towards the end of June. I started creating blogs for them, just stuff that I find interesting, stuff that I'm learning, and things like that. And then for Outpost Gray, I'm actually summarizing some of the federal news stories that Jax does every week for her CyberFed news roundup.
Nice. Yeah, and that could be interesting because there's been a lot of big news around what the federal government's been doing in terms of cybersecurity and trying to, push out a lot of regulation in terms of, breach response and reporting and
Right.
things of that nature. Plus you have CMMC 2.0 and FedRAMP and all these other um, frameworks and stuff that companies are going to have to abide by in order to do business with certain industries. So have you found that
Right.
by doing these different projects, you're learning more and understanding more of these frameworks and what's going on?
Oh, absolutely. I haven't really
What
gotten
would you
much into
say is
the
your
CNMC part yet, but what was that?
CMMC is brutal.
That that's what I keep seeing. But I mean, I haven't dived into it, so but I hear it's very brutal.
From my understanding of the new 2.0 coming out, it's very much no NIST backwards and forwards. I forget the exact number. I want to say it's I can't remember which one. Hey, whoever in comments, somebody tell me CMMC 2.0 is NIST some number. I can't remember what it is, so somebody let me know.
Is it
But
170?
yeah, I think that's the number. Jack says she loves CMMC. It's not that bad. NIST 800 171. I knew someone would know it. All
171.
right. So we got Nick
Yeah,
Perkle and Jax in chat. Both said they know what it is. Thank you. I
171.
knew it was like 800. There's just so many frameworks. I forget the numbers. All
Yeah.
right. And NIST 800 172. All right. See,
Yes,
I knew
that
someone
that
would know.
that's one thing that blows me away is just how many NIST frameworks there are.
I mean, there are, but in reality, if you look at, and you'll learn this the further along you get,
Uh-oh.
if you look at a lot of cybersecurity and GRC and people that work off of this, I've seen a lot of 171 and 172 be used, and I've seen a lot of those frameworks, those standards, be implemented into other frameworks. So like CMMC, there's no, from what I've seen, there's no like scoring. You kind of like,
Oh,
it meshes really well with NIST 171 and 172. So
yeah, you
those,
came
we
in
align a
broken
lot of
again.
those.
Uh-oh.
James, I think your internet is jacked up. I'm just gonna say. But Jack says there's only a handful you use in cyber, and she's not wrong.
12 minutes.
There is. There's only a handful. So of all the frameworks, have you delved into PCI at all? I lost his camera. I don't know where he went. All right. So while we're waiting for him to reconnect, I do want to say he just reloaded his page. He must. Millie. That explains it, Millie. Thanks for letting us know. I knew there was going to be internet issues. I didn't realize he was overseas. He just said he was working. So he'll be back. As soon as he gets back in here, we'll be all right. But otherwise, I want y'all to let me know, what is the biggest barrier. So for everybody in chat, what is the biggest barrier for GRC right now? Is it companies not implementing things properly? What do you think the biggest barrier is? Let me know. I'm interested. And James is slowly, there he is. James, you back? Can you hear me? I know I hear you. Can you hear me?
I think I am.
All right, you're back. I hear you. It's that work internet, man. That's what it is. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're still coming in pretty broken.
You're coming in laggy, so it's okay.
Barely.
OMB in the White House. Nice to meet you. Not many. Oh, okay. So the fight between GRC and so James, before you got in here and cut out and everything, I asked what the biggest barrier is for GRC. And in the chat, we have not many entry-level opportunities from what they've seen. And he's out again. Damn it. That's all right. So let's see if we can talk on this. We've got OMB in the White House. The fight between GRC and internal audit departments. Oh, Leonardo, don't get me started on that. Let's see. I just saw where in my city there was a GRC job. It said easy apply. Then it said 3 to 5 years experience in auditing. Oh, that's a rough one, Carrie. Companies just wanted to meet compliance, doing bare minimum to meet defeating the purpose. You're not wrong, Mike. You're not wrong. That is my biggest issue with it, is just trying to do the bare minimum. Let's see. OMB, DHS, CISA, force many Fed upgrades, and GRC around and find out. Ha! You're funny, William. James, can you hear me now? Am I coming in fine? I don't know. James, can you hear me? He's back, sort of. Doesn't sound like he can hear me. We'll get there. We'll make it work.
Well,
we got a private chat here. Apparently, I'm still breaking up.
I might be back.
I hear you. And he's gone again. That's all right. It's going to be a rough episode. We'll make it work, though. I'm here for it. Send him a message instead. So, got my Verizon phone out so I can hear Derek now. How could you not hear me before, William? I am loud. I'm going to have. Oh, my TV went out. Lost it. Let's see. Add to stream.
Nope. Guess not.
James, can you hear me?
Motherfucker.
Turn off your camera, homie.
Well,
what happened? I lost my.
I can barely hear you.
Turn off your camera. Oh, it is on. Okay, and I just turned it off. Yeah, turn off your camera. We'll just do audio. Holy jeez, 12 comments now. Man, this is a rough one. Tell them to call help desk. Damn you, Kev Tech. Yes, I know. My TV. Look, all right, I got a crappy. I tried. Look, guys, I told him to turn off his camera. It's even in the private chat. I'm gonna have to send it to him again. But that's okay. We're gonna keep working through this. We're gonna work through this. This is the problem with live shows. Sometimes we have these issues. All right. I still love y'all, and I hope you love me too. Because every once in a while, shit happens. What are you gonna do? Let's see. Wait, what do we got? Where's? Yep, turn off video. I'm gonna try to tell him again. Call IT. Look, y'all are tripping. I love y'all. Here, he's connected. Turn off video. Let's send him that message. And let's see if he listens this time. I gotta put, look, I'm sorry, everybody. I gotta put my logo back up. All right. Don't mind me. James, can you hear me? James, we can all hear you. So I'm gonna type you questions. And I'm gonna say them, but you might not.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're back. We're back. So many people. He's in.
Okay, you came in.
Okay.
I'm only catching about a third of what you're saying.
All good. All good. I get that. So I gotta ask, because this has been a trip. As far as your journey, what do you think has been your biggest hurdle? So let's see if we can get that. Hopefully he sees that chat message. It's getting better. I'm trying, Eula. I'm trying. Private chat. Dang it, I lost him again. I even sent him a message. I'm trying, but Millie's not wrong. It is one of these issues. So, all right, for all those, I did, Kev. Look, every time he typed the questions to him, I did. That's what I did. We can hear him. I even sent it in chat. Told him I typed the question. It's okay. We'll make it work. All right, hold on. He's back again. Let's try this again. And C, Control V. Man, people listening on podcasts are going to be all types of confused. It'll be funny. James, private chat. Take a look. He needs to call Geek Squad. I don't think they have Geek Squad where he's at, Kev. I lost. Oh, son of a bitch. You know what? TV's off for the show. It's a rough day. It's a rough day. Kev, did you see the question in private chat? Let's try it again. One more time. Actually, we'll just put it up here.
Yeah, I see it. As far as my journey, my biggest hurdle so far has been the going back to school and taking classes to get my degree. I haven't really spent much time job hunting yet. I mean, I've done a little bit, but I haven't gone too deep into it. So right now it's been the just the college journey right now that's been the biggest hurdle.
Makes sense. Can you hear me now, or am I still breaking up?
No, I can hear you.
All right, awesome. So we should be good. Hopefully I don't have to type no more. It's hard to type and ask a question at the same time so that people can hear.
Right? Yeah, I
So
got you.
so college being your biggest hurdle, is it just getting through it? Is it the learning? What would you think? And we got Leonardo here. Kudos on going back to school, huge step. And if you know KevTech IT support, Robert Notar Francesco, who is a good buddy and has been on the show, says no printers ever because KevTech hates printers. So college, as far as going back to school, what would you say has been the hardest part of that?
Right.
Just being in a class, like in a classroom setting, even if it's online, like doing the work again. Has it been the way they're teaching? What would you say would be the hardest part?
You're breaking up again.
Don't go nowhere. Hardest part of college learning. There we go. It's in private chat. So put it on banners, create, add. Here we go.
This is killing me.
The best part of breaking up is when we're making up. Ha! You're funny, William. School on. Oh, here we go. All right, Millie's chiming in. 12 hours a day over there. School on top of that, but he graduated magna cum laude in spite of it. Look, Millie, I have faith that he's doing amazing things, and being where he's at, I ain't even gonna lie. I wouldn't do it. I would not at all, not in the slightest. So understand this, and this is something I want everybody to understand, that no matter what you're doing in your life, no matter what your journey is into cybersecurity, and this is the reason we bring people like James on, and like we did with Rebecca last week and Carrie before that, is so that people understand that we're always learning, and that even people that are, 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, can do this job and can get into it and find a living and make a good living and know a hell of a lot more than people give them credit for. Doesn't matter when you get into cybersecurity, you can still do the job. Nothing's stopping you but you. And that's what I want people to understand. And this is why I do this show, is because I want to show that new people, no matter how old they are, what they look like, and who they are, they can still excel and make good things happen. I heard the podcast is doing well. Not mine. Well, my new one is. Wait, you said podcast. Damn it, Kev. I drank for that, Kev. Asshole. So, all right. So this is what I want everybody to do. It'll just make it easier for me. I want you all to put your questions in chat. That way James can see them and answer them, because we can hear him, but he's struggling to hear me. So put your questions in chat for James and we'll get them answered. That's what I want. It'll make this a hell of a lot easier today, because he's busting his ass to make big things happen, and I want it to be known. So let's get these questions answered. New podcast idea, drink with me. That'd be a good one. Kev can be my co-host. But let's get our questions up here for James. Please put them in chat. It'll be a lot easier than me typing them out all the time. So get them rolling in. James, if you can hear me, actually, I know you probably can't. Oh, wait, we got another James here. Add the stream. James.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, James? James?
Barely.
That's okay. I can hear you. That's the important part. Let's see.
Nope. No, you're broken.
So Robert, look, I keep wanting to say Roberto. Robert Notar Francesco says, of all you've learned so far, what has been the most difficult for you?
What?
While we let him get his mic situated. So we're going to leave that up there for a minute. Please keep asking your questions. Roberto works too, or Slug. I'll make it happen. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Roberto. Slug of Rama. James, are you seeing the question? And he reloaded again. Damn it. I'm trying here, homies. I'm trying. Look, I will say this. Of all the things I've learned so far in my journey, Robert, it's been, honestly, the being a leader has been the hardest part for me. That's just me. Trying to be a good mentor and leader. I do my best, but there's always more to learn. So I know he's having issues. I know he's having a lot of problems. We're gonna keep trying with James, and I'm gonna keep talking. This is Derek's drinking game tonight. Look, keep saying podcast. I'll keep drinking. James, can you hear me? I can hear you. Look at the screen. Kev Tech and CyberWarrior Drunk Tech podcast. Yes! I'm all for it, Kev Tech. Let's do it. Whose channel is it going on? Mine or yours? Damn right, Amthron, I am. I also got Yingling in the fridge, but you know what? Nobody pays me to drink their beer, so I just take what I want. Well, buy what I want. Dude, this is going to turn into a drinking podcast today. Apparently, my headset's dying. Let's pull out the other one. Right, let's leave that in. Pull this out. See if that works. We'll find out. We drink and talk tech. All right, so look, I'm gonna flip this script. James is having issues. He can't really hear me. I can't hear him right now. So let's keep asking questions. I'll answer what I can, and we'll try to get through this together, homies. That's what we do. I may end this one early just because of all the technical issues, unless you guys can keep asking questions. But I do like Kev Tech's We Drink and Talk Tech. I would be all for that. You want to do that, homie? We'll do it. You pick the channel, yours or mine. I'm all for it. Let's see what else we got. Switching signal 7 and 7. Ha! That's a good one. I like that. William coming out with the 7 and 7 one. Got some brown sugar bourbon here. Cheers to drunk text messages. Okay. Robert got me on that one. I like that one. It's going to turn into a fun podcast. Screw it. How would I get experience in auditing for GRC? That's a good question. I hope somebody can give him an answer. I haven't done auditing, and I haven't done GRC other than as a consultant. I've been doing GRC a little bit, trying to learn more GRC from my counterparts. Just an FYI, this show is kind of falling apart with our guest just because of where he's at. Don't blame him. He's working, so doing the best he can. So we're just having some fun with it tonight. Let's see. We can do it on your channel, drink beer and talk about IT horror stories. I'm all about it, Kev Tech. Let's do it. We'll arrange it. And for those that don't know, I need some people to DM me. We were trying to arrange an a non-conference conference, basically a big get-together of cybersecurity people to just hang out and play games like beer pong and cornhole, and we'll figure out some other ones. But we're going to get a venue and some hotels, and we're going to get it figured out because it's going to be a blast. So if you're up for that, DM me. Pittsburgh non-con. I like that. Although I'm not in Pittsburgh. I'm about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour east of Pittsburgh. But we can make it work. I got a place called Sharky's right by me, though. They got a bunch of stuff. It's going to turn into some fun. Let's see. I'd pay to watch that. Let's see. Hotels, motels, Holiday Inn. God damn it, William. So, being that we're having these issues. Leonardo put this up here for Carrie. GRC Masterclass from Gerald Auger. You are absolutely correct. That is an amazing class to take. I've seen his post about it and seen the high praise he got for that one. Let's see. KevTech, Cyber Warrior, throwing axes at printers. I'd pay for that. So would I'd pay to do that.
Well,
James, let's try again. Can you hear me?
yes.
Yeah. There we go. All right. We're in it to win it now,
I
homies.
can.
All right. All right. So now that we have this, one of the questions that came up was, and I got to find it. This is Derek's drinking game tonight. It was fun. All right. It's on the screen. Of all you've learned so far, what has been the most difficult for you? Did I lose him again? Maybe. Maybe not. I think I lost him again.
I would say the most difficult thing that I've learned, there's a couple. One, programming, nuts. Okay. One was the programming class that I took. It was programming language. That one that I really struggled with, and then the other one was all the tools and the syntax for the command words for me.
Programming is a pain in the ass. You have to have a mind for it.
Yes,
I can understand that concept. It's one of those rough ones. Damn it, KevTech.
Yeah.
All right, so look, James, just so you're aware, why I keep getting pissed at people is because KevTech knows there is a rule every time I bring up the podcast to walk with me.
Well,
it has turned into a drinking game on here. KevTech, I support it. I thought it was Drink With Me. No, it's not called Drink With Me. It's called Walk With Me. A new podcast, episode 10, just released this week. Just so you're aware. You might want to go check it out on Good Pods. Just saying.
Yeah, I will. I'll definitely check that out.
But no, so I thought it was sponsored by Radio Shack podcast. Damn it! Everybody keeps saying podcast. Assholes. I'm gonna be hammered by the time the show's over.
I know, right?
But no, GRC is definitely an interesting field. I'm still trying to learn it myself. I've always been a technician. I've been someone that did pen testing and SIM engineering and vuln management and vulnerability analysis. And I've got certifications for days for blue team and red team. So I've done all these things. GRC has always been one of those. I've looked at the frameworks. I understand the frameworks. I've researched the frameworks. A lot of them, not all of them. PCI was my bread and butter back when I retired from the Army.
Okay.
But I never delved too deep into GRC. And so where I'm at now and talking to my dad, because my father does GRC. So it's always fun because people mix us up all the time. I'm the better looking one. I'm 6'3", 255 pounds. I am definitely better looking than my old man. But and I got this luxurious beard. But no,
Yeah.
GRC is. I've been learning from a lot of my coworkers. Where I work at full time, GRC has definitely been one of those things where, when done right within an organization, if you meld and have true communication between GRC and blue team and your red team, you can have an amazing security posture and an
Right.
amazing
Yeah,
risk
definitely.
management system. The problem is, and from what you've seen with Jax and Cybersecurity Central and all the news on LinkedIn and in your studies, do you find that there are still the majority of companies that are just using frameworks as a check the box?
Yes. That's exactly the way I see it. Is they use it, they check the box and say, oh yeah, we're compliant, and then later on down the road they end up getting hacked, and your compliance isn't secure. So
compliance does not equal security.
yeah.
You're not wrong. So Kimberly has a question for you. Kimberly can fix it from Cybersecurity Central. James, what are you working on studying currently?
Right now, I completed my degree in at the end of August. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm studying for the CISA Plus. So I'm going to end up taking it for the second time.
Don't be mad at that. You want to know? Look, in my entire career, I have failed 3 certifications. It took me 4 tries to pass the CCNA. It took me, actually, no, I never went and took the Server 08 Enterprise Admin certification for a 3rd time, so I never passed that one. And it took me twice for my OSCP. So just because you didn't pass it the first time, the fact that you're still studying and going for it again just lends to your perseverance and determination. You're going to get it. Don't be afraid to fail.
Well, oh yeah. When I took it the first time, when I was home on vacation, end of August, beginning of September, I thought I was ready for it. It was the first time I'd taken a CompTIA exam. So I sat down and started going through it, and I was like, well, maybe I'm not going to do so well at this after all. But I got all the way through it, and I ended up missing it. I ended up missing it by like 35 points. So I was extremely happy with that, because as I was going through it, I thought I was going to completely bomb it.
You want to know a secret? So on my first CCNA attempt,
but I ended up doing better than I thought I was going to.
Yeah. My first CCNA attempt, I failed it by, I don't know, like 1 question. Could have passed it, missed 1 question.
Wow.
The second attempt, I got like 50 points less, if not more. So wow. It takes a while. Sometimes it takes a little bit. You got to have a little bit of that drive and determination, but you'll get there. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we had another question. This one from Cybersecurity Central. So Kim, unless someone else is running her Cybersecurity Central YouTube right now.
No.
James, tell us more about why you made the decision to get into cybersecurity beyond the fact of a post or something like that. What was the driving factor?
Well, basically, I wanted to get into a position, a job that I would enjoy doing and that would make a difference, because you hear on the news constantly about X company having a debt, being a victim of a data breach, some other company or organization. It's been all over the news for the last 3 years of multiple companies and organizations getting hacked, and I wanted to do something that would hopefully make a difference while also being an enjoyable field for me.
Yeah, I get that. We had a Rebecca Fisher on last week. She got into it when the company she was working for got hit with ransomware. So it's
Right.
it's one of those things where sometimes it just hits and you see it and you go with it. You know, I'm one of the, I'd like to say many, it might be few. I don't know. I don't know the number. But I'm one of those ones that kind of got into IT and cybersecurity as a kid. I grew up with computers. At
Yeah.
7, 8 years old, I fixed my first computer. I broke into my first wireless network in high school or my first year of college, one of the two. So it's one of those things that I've been studying for a while, and I always knew I wanted to do it. So to find other people in their journey and their path, and the fact that they find it like a little bit later in life is amazing, because too many people
Right.
think that age is a factor. Like, oh, if they're this age, they can't do it, or they ain't gonna learn it, and that's just wrong. You doesn't matter how old you are. I learned shit from my 5-year-old. Don't get it twisted. You can learn from everybody. So I don't care how old you are.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
You belong here.
And no, I see questions like that all the time. Is I'm such and such age. Am I too old to change my career to cybersecurity? And I tell every time I see a question like that, I'm like, no, I'm 46 years old and I'm making a career change. So it doesn't matter.
My dad got into cybersecurity when he was early 50s. Makes a good living now. But yeah, we do have a question here from Eula. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She's gonna butcher me. Not sure if you answered this question already, but I'll ask in case. To James, what's your favorite framework to learn about in GRC?
Well, I definitely will not say HIPAA.
Oh, you mean HIPAA, high trust? They kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, I absolutely won't say those. I did a couple projects for school, and they were related to hospital networks. Yeah, I won't say HIPAA. Well, I made the mistake on my capstone project. We had to do it as a group, in groups. I was like, I said, I volunteered to do the HIPAA portion. Yeah, that was a mistake. My favorite one.
Don't say PCI or we're fighting.
No, I haven't. I've started reading that one. I haven't really gotten into it. I don't mind in this framework. Some of those are pretty easy to read. Others, not so much.
So NIST only has a handful, and Jack said it earlier. Yeah, NIST has a handful that are cybersecurity related. 171 and 172 are the two biggest players. You've got CIS. The CIS benchmarks, they're a lot, but if you follow CIS to a T, your risk footprint is almost completely mitigated. My favorite framework is CyberWarrior Podcast. I love you, KevTech. You're my homie. One day we're gonna meet up in person. It's gonna happen, but you got to come to Pittsburgh because I ain't going to New York. So you don't really have a favorite, you don't think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've read through a few of them, but I don't really have a favorite.
What was that again, James? My headset went out.
I've read through a few of them, so I haven't really dived into anyone in particular, so I wouldn't really say I have a favorite.
Yeah, I hear you. I will say this: the problem with the frameworks, and hold on, we got a few things here. So we got Dave Bombal and Neil Bridges have a great video called "Are You Too Old to Get into Cybersecurity?" So in relation to the age factor, and if you go check out Dave Bomball's YouTube after this stream, after, not before, after, he does have some great videos out. Look, I got to say this, James. ITPR guy says you encourage him to keep going. So keep up what you're doing. Keep learning. Keep growing.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Big things are going to keep happening. Saying PCI, is that like taunting KevTech IT support about printers? Yeah. I did PCI for a little while. No. Fuck that shit. Too many companies get comfortable with the auditors. And so it really becomes hey, do you have a firewall? Does it log shit? Yeah. Okay, cool. They don't even need to see them. They get comfortable with the auditors and they just check the box. Yes, I have this without ever checking. So let's not.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck PCI. It probably happens to other podcast or other I said podcast. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
I'm reading chat messages. Oh, here's a good one. If you apply 50% of the most important CIS controls for Windows Server, you would have avoided at least 90% of the current threats, which is very, very true.
Yeah, I believe that.
The CIS frameworks are amazing. Amthron, too late going to check it out now. Fuck you. I know who you are, homie. I will find you. You live near me. I will get you. William Bailey, Derek's framework is Yingling 101. You know what? Yingling is going to stop getting free ad space on my channel if they don't start responding to my messages. I need a beer sponsor for my show. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yingling for the win. Some people know the good beer. James is amazing. Jax, you know what? You're right. He is. He kept coming back. The internet couldn't keep him away.
Yeah.
Where he's at couldn't keep him away. He kept fighting. I'm all with it. What is the definition of the CDE? Worst issue? Because it's outside of the authorization boundary. Yeah. Let's see, Leonardo. What's the first three? Know your hardware, know your software, know your data. Yeah, actually, that is the big part about GRC, is the push for that, is know what you have. If you don't know what you have, you don't know what to secure. In GRC, the frameworks, the risk frameworks, things like that, if you don't know what you have, then you can't secure it. You're blind. As a blue teamer, you are blind. And so knowing these things is very, very important. And then, of course, everybody knows I love Yingling, so here it is. Can't get it in Colorado yet. They got a brewery in Texas, so it may happen soon, Nick. It may happen soon. You know, if they eventually start sponsoring me, I'll start pushing it more. But until then, I'll keep mixing it up. We with the IPA today. But yeah, it's one of those things. GRC is good and bad. Well, not GRC, but the frameworks. Implemented properly with the right auditors, they're phenomenal. But you have to have the right auditor, because auditors are going to allow that to be checked the box. And that's where the problem lies. So what would you say to, as a GRC person, I want to know, if an organization came to you and they were going by whatever framework, would you rather work for an organization as a consultant that can work for many organizations and know many frameworks? Or would you rather work for an organization and be their sole GRC person for just that company? Which requires the knowledge of just the one or two frameworks that they go by.
Right. It's an interesting question.
I'm curious about that because given your ability and your willingness to learn, sometimes that leans more towards the consultant space, which gives precedence to understanding more frameworks, knowing risk management, knowing everything there is to know about GRC, but still researching more and more as it goes along.
Right.
But some people prefer to just specialize in a certain area, whether that be high trust, HIPAA, CMMC, FedRAMP, PCI, you name it. They prefer to specialize in one thing. So if you had the choice, it truly had a choice, which I think right now with you not having a job in that GRC space yet, as you're still growing and trying to find that first job, which is the point of this show. So share it to every hiring manager and security director out there. If you had the choice, would you rather be able to learn them all or as much as possible and be able to operate within those, or just know one solidly and that's all you know?
I think if I had the choice, I would do go the consultant route, learn as many of the frameworks as possible.
You're my man. I love being a consultant. Best part of my career, man. That's what I love to hear. Because look, a lot of the frameworks and what people don't realize, and this is where people miss out, is a lot of these frameworks have the same basic framework. They have the same goal in mind. So it's put in a firewall, make sure you're logging, make sure you're able to respond to alerts. So your SIM, your firewalls, your EDR, it goes down the line. There's so many different things, but with the same goal. So no matter what the framework is, yes, you may have to learn a new numerology or a new way to match these frameworks to like CMMC or FedRAMP or whatever it is. But a lot of it's going to be basic security. Basic common sense security for any organization is what they should follow. So it does not matter. It doesn't matter. You can look at any of them and be like, oh, yeah, I can figure that out. Because at that point, all you're looking at is the numbers and figuring out where it aligns. Okay, I'm looking at NIST for this one. All right, cool. We're going to go here. Okay, yeah, you want to do this, which it says in CMMC and PCI and, CIS benchmarks and everything else.
Right.
But you want NIST, so we're going to go with this. And it aligns just the same. Just a different number. So that's where consultants often end up saying it depends. William, I never say it depends. Actually, that's a lie. I do say that on occasion. On occasion, it happens. But yeah, it is. It's fun. I love being a consultant because you get to work with so many different organizations and learn so much. And you're always learning. When you're tied into one organization, then you're stuck with whatever they do. And it makes it very difficult unless you go outside of work to keep learning. Whereas as a consultant, you have to always be learning to keep up with all your clients. So I like being a consultant. It makes it fun and interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to figure that out. It's always good to know. Cyber Warrior podcast goes well with beer. Yes, indeed, it does, Kev Tech. Always. If you're listening to this on podcast, drink some beer. That's the best way to do it. It depends when he has to say it depends. I love my viewers. They're so fun, especially live. So James, we're coming to the top of the hour. We are. You've had a lot of streaming issues today, which is fine because guess what? You kept at it. Again, you're still here.
Right.
So I got to ask, if you had, I normally ask for any advice. So we are going to hit that one. Actually, I do want some advice for those that are still new and trying to get into the field as well, as far as your journey. But if you had to learn anything, if you wanted to learn anything, hold up, scratch that. What is your next goal? I know this is a plus. We already discussed that. So beyond passing the CISA plus from CompTIA, what is your goal?
After that, um, after it, getting my first role in cybersecurity and putting the skills that I've learned up to now to use.
So, what I would advise, and I'm sure Jax and Kim and Kev and Nick and everybody else in chat, William, would advise. Up until Jax sent me your information, I knew nothing about you. I knew nothing. I didn't even know you were on Outpost Gray. Granted, that's probably more my fault because, Jax, I'm sorry I didn't start looking at your site until recently. But start promoting yourself more. That would be my biggest bit of advice. Start promoting yourself more. If you write a blog on Cybersecurity Central or Outpost Gray, share it. Tag people. Tag everybody. Tag at least like 10, 15 of your contacts. Who cares? Get it out there. That way people see you. That would be my biggest piece of advice. Because a lot of companies will hire based on who they know. I know people that get jobs strictly off of LinkedIn. And not by applying. People reach out to them. They literally do. They reach out to them. Like, hey, you have a huge brand following and everything else like that. What can you help us in some way, shape, or form? Whether it's writing for their own blogs and things of that nature where they pay you. And it doesn't have to be volunteer. So that happens. So start tagging, using hashtags, things like that so people can find you. It's very important. Robert, go head over to Outpost Gray's website as well as Cybersecurity Central. All of James Driscoll's blogs and things he has written, edited, and things of that nature are there. So please make sure you go see it. But keep sharing. Amthron says create a podcast. That's very possible too. When you're home. Don't do it when you could do it with audio issues. You just pre-record it and then post it. Don't do it live. But branding yourself on LinkedIn is huge. I know a lot of people that get jobs there. So beyond that, what advice would you give somebody trying to break into the field? Because you're still trying to break in, but what advice would you give somebody?
Right. My advice would be to start networking. Yes. Whether it's through in-person events or even on LinkedIn, because I have to say, and my wife can attest to it, I'm pretty introverted. So being able to do things through LinkedIn, absolutely amazing.
James, we're going to break you out of that shell. It's going to happen. You want to know why? Because you now know me. It's going to happen. So it's going to happen.
Okay.
Don't worry. Now, the final piece I want to know. I got to know. What is your favorite beer? If you have one, if you drink,
I actually don't drink. I haven't drank alcohol since 2011, so I don't have one.
Hey, good on you. I tried. I'm always looking for new beer, so I figured I had to ask. But look, it's been amazing. I loved having you on. Issues and all. It's been an amazing episode. You are seriously going to do great, big things. Keep at it.
This has been fun, and I thank you for having me.
Definitely. Look, everybody in chat, I love you all. Hey, look, check the description down below. You can find all the ways to support CyberWarriorStudios and Security Happy Hour, as well as check out my new podcast, Walk With Me. We just released episode 10 this week. It is amazing. I hope you all go see it, or, listen to it. I said see because I'm on YouTube, but listen to it. You're all fantastic. Take care. Have a great one. And I will see you all next week for episode 100. It'll be there.